Hey dumplings, it's David Desai. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well, feeling well, and overall just having a nice day. I hope you are trying to stay positive and spreading only positivity. Today we're talking about a little bit of a love triangle. Apparently BTS was involved in this, Jungkook specifically too. I think it's really funny. I think you'll love it. We also have Jimin with some shirtless pictures. We even have a new tattoo that was apparently found. So I wanted to get into that and possibly the meaning of the tattoo, what my theories are. So I have quite a few things to jump in here today and some tea for you. If you are new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so be notified anytime a new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be the first to leave your hate comment, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and that notification bell also so you can be the first to do so. Now, let's jump into it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is, of course, BTS Jungkook specifically, and how a little bit of a joke has been going around that Jungkook has been cheating on their love triangle. Perhaps you heard about this little meme going around, but if not, I am more than happy to fill you in on the deets. Basically, not too long ago, BTS signed a deal with Samsung. Basically, they did a commercial with Samsung, or they've done quite a few commercials, I think, with Samsung, and they promoted their new Galaxy phone. I am personally team Android. Please don't come at me if you're team iPhone. I personally just find Android easy to use. But there has been many times when BTS was caught using an iPhone. We know that the members take their selfies on iPhones. They probably have all their selfies just stored in their iPhone. And iPhones are usually pretty popular among Asian people. I mean, 99% of people, Asian people, have had iPhones. Just mainly because I feel like Apple is heavily pushed in Asian countries. Just my theory, I could be wrong. But there is several pictures of BTS with iPhones in their hand. So I'd imagine a lot of their information is already in their iPhone. Meaning that their iPhone is probably their main phone. They have all their photos, their contacts, their text messages, probably all in their iPhone. So obviously when they decided to sign their deal with Samsung or Android, so they're not just gonna throw away their iPhone. There's so much information in there. I don't even know if Android or iPhone uses the same SIM card. So I don't even know if they can just like switch over. I think they would even have to change phone numbers. Basically, this is just my reason on why they don't use Android as much as they use iPhone. They're honestly allowed to use whatever phone they want to use. But when a celebrity does sign a brand deal kind of like that with the big brand, they're obviously not allowed to promote their competitor. They sign an exclusivity deal that is usually part of the deal, like they have to. Meaning they can't endorse iPhones if they're endorsing Android. It's usually not allowed. So much so that photos and videos that have newly come out of them previously using iPhones and things like that will have to be censored by the editors. They do a good job on that. In a recent BTS Run episode that was released, Jungkook's phone was kind of blurred out, or more so an emoji was put there to kind of censor it. I'm guessing this was an iPhone, given the context of what they were doing and all that. Now, the episode, I believe, was put out recently. As from what I can see, however, Jungkook doesn't have a tattoo in the video, so this obviously seems like kind of an older moment. But when the editors got to it and of course wanted to put it out, they had to censor out the iPhone. Which is funny because if it wasn't for their deal, they would probably keep the iPhone in. I mean, I believe they genuinely like Androids too. In which case, why everyone believes they're in this kind of love triangle, i.e. Jungkook can't decide between iPhone or Android. But it's like, if you're already with an iPhone, you're not just going to leave it for an Android. You know, you gotta stay with whoever you are with first. Our cookie boy is loyal, our baby bunny, loyal as always. But of course, there were some memes and jokes people were making online. I definitely wanted to get into that. Those are hilarious. There were some that were ready to write some serious fanfic about this, about the love triangle between Samsung and iPhone. They wrote, anyone want to make a Samsung, a BTS, iPhone love triangle alternate universe? So that is hilarious, of course. I imagine the story. BTS and iPhone. BTS and Samsung. Spicy. We even have photos like this, where it was edited that BTS was holding hands with iPhone, while Galaxy has their hand around BTS. We also have other users on Twitter kind of joining the fun, letting people know their thoughts. One person posted this gift of them boiling their iPhone. Safe to say this person wants BTS to switch over to Galaxy, right? I kind of agree. Come to the better dark side. Android, first of all, is also easier to use to download music legally. Just keep that in mind. If you are broke like I am, Galaxy is cheaper usually, and you can get music free illegally. I'm not an ambassador for Samsung, by the way, but if you want to come this way and give me a little deal, then I wouldn't mind. I am down for that. Y'all already know I'm down with the Samsung. So there's also this other person on Twitter who wrote this, and I found it a little bit interesting. They wrote, in my opinion, that's why I didn't agree Samsung chose BTS to be a brand ambassador. To be quite honest, that is interesting, and I do believe that maybe BTS shouldn't be a brand ambassador if that's what they actually are. I'm not 100% sure. I initially thought maybe it was just them doing a commercial and then that was it. Then they definitely should have signed a deal where they got to just be in the commercial and that's it. In which case, if they did that, there would be no reason for them to censor an iPhone. I don't know, just my thought. I think a lot of people see this as Galaxy was their arranged marriage and iPhone is their true love. Jungkook's true love is iPhone and he cannot get rid of it. People were writing things like this. Run editors. I've covered the iPhone. Samsung. You didn't cover bleep. Run editors. I've covered them. There's also been alleged moments where BTS supposedly uploaded something from their iPhone, like onto Twitter. Like, you know, if you post something and at the bottom it'll be like sent from iPhone or something. Apparently or allegedly they took those videos down and re-uploaded it where it said sent from Android. That, if it is true, is absolutely hilarious. So they're really trying to hide their love in public. They don't want anyone to know their love is iPhone. Look, if you gotta be with iPhone, that is okay. I don't endorse it, but I'm okay with you being happy. My personal advice is to break up with Android and sign a deal with Apple if you choose to do that. Then your relationship can be public. I'm sure they would love to have you on board. Your relationship status currently is complicated. Then it can just be not complicated. But interesting, I don't think I've ever seen any Apple commercials with like celebrities on them, like to promote their Apple products. I feel like Samsung brings in a lot of different celebrities. I wonder if anyone's seen an Apple commercial with a celebrity, please let me know. BTS definitely tried to hide that from us ARMYs, but us ARMYs are definitely having a good old laugh over this. And we don't take anything too seriously about this, nor should anybody. But something that happened not too long ago was some photos actually decided to come out. Jimin in a photo booth. He appeared to be in a photo booth, kind of teasing us ARMYs. Undressing, stripping in the photo booth. Yeah, I didn't misspeak. That happened. He started undressing. He posted these kind of photo strips from the photo booth, and he was just having fun. You see kind of in the first little strip, he was slowly undressing, and he was mostly posing for the camera, as if he was getting caught changing. Baby knew what he was doing, because the cameras in a photo booth don't usually just like flash off right away. They usually have some sort of countdown in between flashes. So he literally had to like take the clothes off and then pose for a second, wait for the camera to catch it, and then go into the next pose, just to make it look like he was slowly taking his clothes off. In reality, he would have had enough time to completely take his clothes off after one flash, but he did it in the entire strip to make it look like he was being caught changing. And boy, looks like he's been caught changing before because he's good at it. Why he flirts so much? He need to stop. I love Jimin's face kind of in that last box over there. He's like, oh my god, I've been caught changing. Me nips, not me nips. Then we have that last strip all the way at the end where he just disappeared for half of it. 2 boxes there are empty. I wanted to see what some people were saying about this. One person on the tweetster wrote this: the photo booth machine after it saw Jimin remove his shirt. Now, of course, if this isn't me, if I was the photo booth machine, I wouldn't function anymore. Jimin would be sitting there like, I think it broke. Someone come repair. No one would be able to use the photo booth anymore. Everything in the photo booth, all the machines and the wires would be fried just from seeing Jimin with his shirt off. The machine would just be done. I mean, who can deal with that? Nobody. We also have another moment where Jimin kind of showed his skin. I mean, it's just his arm really, but like arms have skin, right? Apparently in a recent episode of what looks like one of his shows, it looks like Jimin was cooking and some photos kind of surfaced, like screenshots of him cooking. To be honest, I don't know what show this is from. I don't think I've seen it. I have to go and look for it. But we're not talking about these shows specifically today. We're just going to be talking about this screenshot that we see floating online, which consists of a new tattoo on his arm. It's right there, right by his elbow. Now, previously, a while back, Jimin kind of had a live show. It wasn't just him, all of the other BTS boys were there as well. And you can see some band-aids on his arm, right by where his elbow is. It seems like no one thought that he was injured. Most people actually did jump to the idea of, oh, maybe he has a tattoo. Which, if you didn't know, people do have to cover up their tattoos in Korean broadcasts. And the best way to do that is apparently with a band-aid. Because looking like you're injured is obviously less offensive than a tattoo. They would rather see blood than a tattoo, I guess. I don't know. But obviously, a lot of us didn't know what was wrong, what the actual issue was. Maybe he was injured, maybe it wasn't a tattoo, we didn't know. Until, of course, the recent photo and screenshot that surfaced. And then you can see when Jimin is cooking, you can see that tattoo kind of reveal on his arm, and there were quite a few screenshots, so you got to see kind of different angles as well. ARMYs believe that the tattoo says young forever. I think this is a theory rather than for sure, because as I'm looking at the screenshots, they're very blurry. We don't really know anything. However, Jimin did say that he cries a lot when he hears ARMYs sing young forever. So it would definitely make sense for the tattoo to be that, because it obviously means something to him. Don't you think? I definitely agree. Now, this is a theory that was kind of pointed out by the community. It wasn't my own theory, but I actually do agree with it. I actually don't have any theories of my own. People were definitely pleasantly surprised by this. One person on Twitter wrote, remember when Jimin had 2 bandages above his elbow? It was probably for his tattoos. I am definitely glad to know that this is happening to my baby. This is something that he did. He decided to get a little tattoo. I love how our boys are so into tattoos and piercings. It's super cool, and it's definitely a great way for one day these stereotypes to be taken down, and that anyone with a tattoo or a piercing is a bad person. That's just not true. Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it on the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for your comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon. If you want to go over to my Patreon and kind of check that out, anything you can contribute over there really does help kind of give back to this channel, help me keep going and all that stuff. So really do appreciate you checking that out. You can get exclusive content over there, such as reaction videos, performance reactions, ship reactions, live music video, whatever it is. It's all over there on my Patreon. You can check it out. I'll leave a link in the description down below. You can also request things over there as well. There's also 2 videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video, so make sure you click on one of those videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.